This is Case Closed, crime stories from the golden age of radio. This is Case Closed, your weekly hour of old-time radio crime, which you can find Wednesdays at relicradio.com. If you'd like to help support this show and all of the shows, make sure all your Wednesdays have Case Closed. Visit donate.relicradio.com or click on the link on the website. Your support makes it all happen. And as always, thank you very much to those who have helped bring these shows to everyone each week. For this week's show, we're going to begin with the Casebook of Gregory Hood. Hear his episode from October 7th, 1946, titled The Sad Clown. After that, it's Night Watch and Rolling Pin and Luger, their episode from December 12th, 1954.
Let's Rewind brings you the Casebook of Gregory Hood. Tonight, the Petrie family, the family that took time to bring you good wine, invite you to listen to the story of The Sad Clown, another exciting adventure from the Casebook of Gregory Hood. And from the recipe book of Petrie wine comes a wonderful suggestion for dessert. Serve canned peaches in Petrie, California Muscatel. Believe me, there's a perfect combination for you. Juicy, sweet, golden peaches with the perfect wine for peaches, Petrie Muscatel. And talk about easy to fix. It's simple. Open a can of peaches and boil down the juice till it's slightly thickened. Then mix that syrup with twice the amount of Petrie Muscatel, pour over the peaches, and chill for 2 hours. And wait till you taste that dessert. It's absolutely delicious. Of course, it would be with Petrie Muscatel, because Petrie Muscatel is something special in wines. It's a clear golden wine with a full, rich flavor that's wonderful with peaches or any kind of fruit. And remember, you can serve Petrie Muscatel proudly, because those 5 letters, P-E-T-R-I, spell the proudest name in the long history of fine wine, Petrie. Well, once again, it's Monday night in San Francisco, and time for our weekly visit with Gregory Hood and his friend and attorney, Sanderson Taylor. Tonight, our rendezvous is at Greg's apartment, high on Nob Hill, overlooking the Golden Gate. Let's join him there, shall we? Well, hello, Harry Bartell. Good evening, Mr. Taylor. I won't ask you where Greg is. I can hear him.
He's working on some ideas for his new suite.
I hate to disturb you.
Oh, nonsense. He's expecting you. Come along in.
Oh, hello, Harry. You sneaked in so quietly, I didn't see you.
Evening, Greg. Don't stop playing.
Oh, you like it? I think I'll call it Sarah Van for a Sad Clown. Might be rather effective, if I can get past this phrase. Oh, darn it. Well, you haven't come here to listen to me composing.
Well, it does put us in an atmosphere for tonight's story, Harry.
Oh, you mean the circus motif? Yeah, last week you told us the adventure took place under the big top.
That's right, Harry, and these cameos lying on the table here helped me to put me in the mood, too.
Hey, they're beautiful, Greg. I bet they're old, huh?
16th century. They're the complete set of Maltrever cameos, and they have quite an exciting history.
Well, Greg, how do the cameos tie up with the circus?
That's what I'm going to tell you, Harry. One summer morning last year, I was in my office at Hood & Company working on a Far Eastern importing concession that involved quite a lot of money. Just before lunch, my secretary came in and told me that I had...
Excuse me, Mr. Hood. There's a funny little man here to see you.
Oh, I like funny little men. What does he want?
Well, he didn't say, but he kept thrusting this card at me and pointing at your door.
Silent type, huh? Let's see the card.
Seems very gentle, but I've never seen anyone look quite so sad.
Well, this card explains it. Simply says, Tommy, the saddest clown in the world. A rather haunting title. Have him come in, Miss Ferris.
Yes, Mr. Hood. This way, please.
Oh, hello, Tommy. Well, hello. You use that horn for conversation? I see, Tommy. You must be dumb. I beg your pardon, mute. That's the term you prefer, isn't it? Oh, this is fascinating. What can I do for you, Tommy? Do you want me to look in that package? Well, sure I will. You want to know what I think of it? Holy smoke. Where'd you get it? Unless I'm crazy, this is one of the famous Maltrevor cameos that was stolen in Canada a few months ago. They're worth a lot more than their weight in gold. How'd you get hold of one of them? No, I don't follow you on that one, Tommy. Well, I don't understand your gesture either. Oh, I get it. You want to use my typewriter. Sure, I'll put some paper in it for you. There you are. Go ahead, Tommy. Knew you were an expert. Thought you might recognize cameo. Well, sure I recognize it, Tommy. Go on. If you want to see rest of cameos, well, you bet I do. Come see me at Circus this afternoon. Well, I certainly will, Tommy, but can't you tell me more right now? No? Oh, come on, Tommy. Tell you all when I can show you. Oh, but Tommy, one thing. Where did you find this cameo? O.Z.? Oz. I don't get it. C-L-U-E, clue. I don't get it, son. Can't you go a little further, Tommy? Well, okay. I'll meet you at the circus. Thanks for coming here. So long, Tommy. Well, I'll be darned.
Yes, Mr. Hood?
Get Sandy Taylor on the phone for me, please, Miss Ferris.
Very well, Mr. Hood.
And I won't be at the office this afternoon. I have some business to do. Believe it or not, I'm going to the circus.
First, I thought you were coming to the circus with you, Greg, but now that you've told me the story, I'm practically speechless.
A rare condition for an attorney. But speechlessness certainly cued me into this business. In spite of his affliction, Tommy got the story over very clearly.
You're sure the cameo he showed you was one of the stolen Maltrevor sets?
I was nearly positive, but I took it to Dick Gump before I came out here and had him confirm my opinion.
Oh, uh-huh.
The cameo is one of a set of 12, and they're extremely valuable. There's a big reward offered for them.
Well, how the devil would a mute circus clown get a hold of a valuable cameo like that, Zippo?
I think that wouldn't be hard to dope out. These cameos are stolen goods. They came across the border from Canada. The circus would offer wonderful possibilities for smuggling stuff past customs.
Yes, it would. Never thought of that before.
Nor did I. Until sad Tommy came to see me this morning. Oh, do you want to see the program?
Oh, yes, thank you. You know, Greg, I've never gotten over my boyhood passion for circuses.
Nor have I.
That's it. Oh, by God, Greg. What? I presume you've taken a gander at this well-proportioned lady on page 3?
No. She's stunning. Madame Belinda, Queen of the Snow Leopards. Snow Leopards. Now, that rings a bell somewhere.
I'd say she'd be enough inducement to bring you to a circus, even without the problem of stolen cameos. Sad clowns.
The grand entry. Here come the bareback riders. Sit back and enjoy yourself, Sandy. Even though we're here on business, we might as well combine it with pleasure.
Here come the clowns, Greg.
Keep your eye on my little friend Tommy. Even though he can't talk, I hope he's going to give us the clue to a mighty big secret. I think that's him now. Hard to tell in clown's makeup. Yes, it is. Oh. See that little horn hanging around his neck?
Uh-huh.
That's the one I used in my office this morning.
He's got a wonderful sense of pantomime, hasn't he? Uh-oh, he's turning in front of our box.
Yeah, I think he's going to signal me. Hello there, Tommy.
He's a funny little guy, isn't he? Oh, the children are crazy about it.
Look, Sandy, this is a new trick. He's lifting up a giant bottle. It's labeled Black Market.
He's putting it to his lips.
Now he's starting to stagger.
He's pretending that Black Market is poison. How right he is. And listen to the kids.
Oh, look, here comes my favorite turn, the collapsing car.
Yeah, was in such crazy driving. The car is swinging all over the ring. Oh, the fenders are falling off.
Next comes the steering wheel. Yeah, there it goes. Now the driver overboard.
The driver? You're right. He has tumbled out. Greg, the car's without a driver. It'll hit someone.
No, take it easy, Sandy. I know this act. The car's being driven by a clown crouched under that rear seat and steering with a special lever. It's a neat gag.
It is very effective. But your clown, he's right in the path of the car. Why doesn't he get up?
Oh, he will.
Jesus, that's time to a split second.
He's not getting up. Look out, Tommy!
Oh, holy smoke, it hit him.
Take it easy, folks. It's all part of the act.
Now, the heck it is. Come on, Sandy. We're going back to do some checking. That looks to me like a deliberate attempt at murder.
Please, all of you, step away from the body.
The body? Tommy dead?
See, he died in a tragic accident.
Oh, the poor devil.
Swear this wasn't an accident. I know that particular car routine too well.
Please, gentlemen, you are not members of the circus. I am Barducci, the ringmaster. I must ask you to leave.
Not without looking at the body. See, Tommy was a friend of mine. He came to me on business this morning, important business.
Yes, and that business might well tie in with his death, if it does prove not to be accidental.
Very pertinent point, Signor Barducci. You'd better let me look at the body, I think. You don't want the circus to be involved in scandal, do you?
Scandal? Oh, dear. Who are you, gentlemen, please?
My name is Gregory Hood, Hood Importing Company. My friend here is Sanderson Taylor, my attorney.
An attorney? Very well. I will allow you to see poor Tommy. Now, out of the way, please. Out of the way. Out of the way. There he lies, my friend. We carried him in on that stretcher.
Has the doctor seen him yet?
No. We have sent for one, but we know he is dead.
Sure he's dead. But I don't think the car injuries account for it.
He doesn't look badly mangled. His right leg's a little crushed and one arm's hanging loose.
I think that he died of heart failure, senor. Tommy did not have so good a heart.
Yeah? Well, Signor Barducci, I don't think he died of heart failure. Who was the driver of the car that hit him? The hidden driver who was lying in the back seat.
How do you know our trick, senor?
Well, that isn't important now. Who was the driver?
Hans Monheim.
Well, where is he? He might be able to throw some light on this.
Hans!
Yeah, somebody want me?
Yes, I do, Hans. You were driving the car that hit Tommy?
Sure I was, but it couldn't have killed him. Didn't hit him hard enough.
That's what I'm thinking. Tell me, how long have you and the dead man been doing this comedy car routine together?
Oh, a year now, ever since I joined the circus in Canada. Why?
When you made that last swerve towards him as he was lying on the ground, you expected him to jump up, didn't you?
Sure I did, mister. That's the way we had the act figured out. We've done it a couple of 100 times that way. First and seconds, you know. As soon as I realized that something was wrong with Tom, I swerved and jammed on the brakes. But I couldn't help hitting him.
Well, how do you account for the fact that tonight he didn't spring out of the way when you expected him to?
Well, I think it must have been his ticker. Tom had a bad heart, you see.
That is what I tell you, senor. And now, please, I must
I'm
ask
sorry,
you...
but I can't leave.
What is it? They said Tommy is dead.
See, Belinda. Tommy is...
Oh, let me see him. What do you mean?
I'm a recent friend of Tommy's, Madam Belinda.
We're trying to find out how he died.
But they said the car hit him.
Yeah, that's right, Belinda. But that didn't kill him. His ticker simply gave out.
Oh, poor Tommy. He was so sweet and so sad. In all the years I've known him, I've never seen him smile. And now in death, he lies there, sadder than ever.
Does he, though? That's what was worrying me. Sandy, give me a handkerchief, will you?
Uh-huh, sure, Greg. Here you are. What are you up to?
The clown's grease paint is laid on pretty thick. It looks as if he's still sad. But there's something about the mouth. I wonder...
What are you going to do, senor?
Wipe off some of this makeup.
No, leave him alone. He's dead.
Belinda, it is time for your entrance. The music is commencing. I must announce
This
it.
man...
There. All right. See what it does when I remove the makeup from around his lips?
Oh, great Scott! His mouth's frozen into a ghastly smile.
Yes. And that smile is characteristic of a certain kind of poison. Strychnine.
We'll give Gregory Hood a breathing spell for a second now, while I remind you again of how wonderfully well Petri California Muscatel goes with any peach dessert. It's really something. Just try making peach cake, peach cookies, or peach shortcake with Petri Muscatel if you want a swell dessert. That rich, full flavor of Petri Muscatel is just made to go with peaches. Canned peaches are on the market now, and in nearly every locality, your Petri wine dealer can give you a little recipe folder showing you how to make unusual and delicious desserts with peaches to serve with Petri Muscatel. Just be sure it's Petri Muscatel, because all Petri wines are good wines. Greg, this is quite a story. The saddest man in the world died in full view of a crowded circus, huh?
He did, Harry. But there was a violent difference of opinion as to the cause of his death.
So I gathered. Some people thought it was the car accident that killed him, others that he died of heart failure, and you thought it was strychnine poisoning.
Yes, Harry, as soon as I saw that ghastly smile on his face.
You know, Greg, when you said it was poisoning, I had a sudden hunch.
Well, good for you, Harry. What was it?
Well, I'm probably leading with my chin. I had a hunch that the poison was placed in that large fake bottle marked Black Market.
That's a perfectly logical assumption, and it was the same logic that I followed. The police hadn't arrived, so I sent for that fake bottle, and while I was waiting for it, Sandy and I stood guard over the bottle.
Oh, Greg, it's pretty horrible, isn't it? What we thought were comedy antics. Clowns staggering along in the ring. They were really the dying convulsions of a man poisoned with strychnine.
Yeah, that's the way it adds up to me.
Yeah. And you think the poison was administered in that big bottle he raised to his lips?
Well, that's the way it would seem, and yet it's such a clumsy way of committing murder. The last person to hand that bottle to the dead clown would be the obvious suspect.
Of course, the motive for murder would be that the dead man had latched on to the fact that somebody in the circus had smuggled those cameos into the country. And therefore, Tommy had to be silent.
Oh, it could be, Sandy. Incidentally, I guess you noticed that Hans Mannheim, the man who was driving the car, joined the circus in Canada.
Yes, and the cameos were stolen in Canada. I also noticed something else, Greg.
And what was that?
Madame Belinda seems mighty anxious that you didn't wipe the grease paint off the dead man's face.
Yeah, but that might be a perfectly natural reaction in a person seeing you about to experiment on a dead friend's body. Ah, here comes Signor Paducci.
Yes, Senor. This is the big bottle. See for yourself. It is as I tell you. The bottle is empty. It has always been empty.
Thank you, Signor. Not only empty, but there's a strong musty smell. Yes, Senor, I'm sure this bottle's been empty for some time.
Then if the poison wasn't in this bottle, how was it administered?
That's what we have to find out, Sandy. That particular poison often doesn't act under 15 or 20 minutes. Signor Paducci.
Yes?
Did the dead man share a dressing room with the rest of the clowns?
No. He was our principal clown. He had his own dressing room.
Ah, may I examine it?
See, it is behind the leopard cage. You can't see it from here. The room with the yellow door.
Oh, yes, thank you. Come on, Sandy. The police will be here any moment. I have the greatest respect for them, but we're already 2 jumps ahead. We might as well try to make it 3.
The dead man's dressing room is surprisingly comfortable. I'd no idea that circus folks live so well.
They deserve it, Sandy. They're nomads, gypsies. A third of their lives is spent on sleeper jumps. Hey, Sandy, come over here.
Huh? What is it?
Look here on his dressing table.
Pot of tea and 2 cups.
Yeah, and the pot's still warm. This is probably the answer, Sandy.
To the poison?
Yeah, I'd say the strychnine was administered in the tea. Tannic acid retards the action of strychnine. That's why it didn't take effect on him until he was in the ring.
One of the cups is empty and the other hasn't been touched.
The untouched one being the murderer's.
But who sat and had tea with him here?
Well, we know the murderer sat here, in this chair that's in front of the untouched cup of tea.
Uh-huh.
Hey, look. See these long hairs sticking to the upholstery?
Yes. They might give a clue to the murderer's identity.
Could be. Long hairs might suggest leopards.
And leopard would suggest Belinda.
I wonder if...
Lieutenant Silver.
Hello, Mr. Taylor. How you, Greg?
Hello, Stan. I'm glad you're on this case.
So am I. Well, Greg, I guess you're a few jumps ahead of me. The police surgeon just examined the body. It's strychnine poisoning, all right. Have you figured out how it was given?
I'd say it was given in this pot of tea.
Okay. I'll have it analyzed.
Now, while you're doing that, Stan, there's another important check you can make.
Yeah, what is it, Greg?
The murderer sat in this chair. There are some long hairs on it. Look for yourself.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure they aren't human hairs. I suggest you rush into the Fleischacker Zoo and have them examined.
Okay.
I think the result of that test will probably give us the answer to the killer's identity.
Greg, are we headed for Madame Belinda's dressing room?
Yeah,
You suspect her?
sure I do. And it all ties in with the clue that Tommy spelled out on the typewriter this morning.
You mean about those two letters, O-Z?
Yeah, Sandy, I couldn't figure it out at the time, but Tommy added the typed fact that it was a clue. I was still confused until I saw the circus program tonight and read about the snow leopard.
Yeah, but I still don't get it. What do the two letters O-Z have to do with snow leopard?
Well, Tommy said it was a clue, Sandy. What abbreviation does O-Z suggest?
O-Z? Well, that's the abbreviation of the word ounce.
Check. And the word ounce is another name for a snow leopard.
Then that would seem to prove that Madame Belinda, the trainer of snow leopards, is the smuggler of the cameos?
Very possibly. You know, maybe we can make a time check on her. The still warm pot of tea would prove that the poison was administered not more than 20 minutes or so before Tommy died in the ring.
Yes. Oh, here. Here's Belinda's dressing room.
Well, we'll soon find out.
Who are you looking for?
Madame Belinda.
She ain't here. She's out in the ring. What did you want?
Well, some information. Are you her dresser?
Yes, I am.
Well, tell me, were you with her about a half an hour ago?
No. She stumped out of here about an hour ago, after we had a fight. I'm thinking of quitting. No one can talk to me that way.
Oh, you had a fight?
Sure did, mister. She was wearing a brand new costume straight from the tailor's, and one of the buttons was missing. She raised the roof and bawled me out. I can't figure out how it was my fault, though.
Thank you. Much obliged for the information.
You're welcome.
Well, apparently Madame Belinda has no alibi there.
If what her dresser said was true, I'm afraid she has a perfect one. But come on, Madame Belinda's in the ring. Let's go and examine the Land of Oz before she brings the animals back.
The Land of Oz?
The snow leopard's cage, Sandy. Since it's empty, let's give it the once over.
Say, Greg, what? There's someone in the back of the cage.
Yeah. It's one of the clowns. Who are you?
I'm Auntie Mac.
What are you doing in this cage? It isn't part of your act.
What business is it of yours, pal?
I'm a friend of Tommy's. I'm investigating his murder.
You a cop?
No.
What's your name?
Gregory Hood.
Oh, I've heard of you. Look, Mr. Hood, perhaps it'll save a lot of explanation if I show you my wallet. Here. There's some identification there.
Oh, so you're a Canadian private detective, eh?
Private detective? Then you're only disguised as a clown, eh?
Sure, I was hired in Montreal to track down the Maltreva cameo.
So? Let's join forces. We're on the same trail.
Who do you suspect?
Madame Belinda. You see, I've been watching the dead clown Tommy around this cage. When he got killed in the ring just now, I figured it tied in with Belinda and Tommy's interest in the cage. So I came here and did some snooping.
Did you spot anything?
I sure did. Come and look in this tackle box in the corner. Now, get a load of that.
The missing cameos.
But only 5 of them.
Yeah, 5. The original set that was stolen numbered a dozen, didn't it, Mac?
That's right. 6 are still missing. I figure Belinda's been getting rid of them one by one as the circus traveled down from the border. Too bad I couldn't have nabbed her before.
Then she poisoned Tommy because he'd spotted her secret.
Sure, that's the way it must have been.
And yet I won.
Here comes Madame Belinda now.
Yeah, and the big cats are with her. You better get out of here, but fast.
What are you men doing in the cage?
Just taking a look, see, Belinda? And we found plenty, too. Enough to send you to the chair. You stole the cameos, and you poisoned Tommy.
I killed Tommy? Why, I've turned the animals on you. Jason! Stand up!
Greg, I wish I had a gun.
So do I. Madam Belinda, call your animals off.
I will.
Yes, you will. I got you covered.
Inspector Silver.
Oh, Silvers. I'm mighty glad to see you.
Call off your animals, madam.
Take Jason! Take them!
Oh, that was a close one.
Did you get a report on those hairs I found on the killer's chair, Sam?
Yeah, Greg, you were right. They were hairs from a snow leopard.
They were. Swell. Now I know who murdered Tommy.
Sure, it was Madame Belinda.
That's what I figured. Madam Belinda, you're...
Take it easy, Sam. You could arrest her for robbery and maybe for attempted murder, as snow leopards can be considered lethal weapons. But if you want Tommy's murderer, arrest this man, Mac, the Canadian private detective.
Well, Greg, now that we're back in the apartment and Mac's under arrest, I'll confess that I was off on the wrong track completely.
Well, so was I most of the time. As soon as Stan told me that those hairs were snow leopard hairs, then I knew it wasn't Madame Belinda.
And that's when I was certain it was her.
Sandy. Remember, she was dressed in a brand new uniform straight from the tailor's, and she hadn't started her act when Tommy died. So she couldn't have had the hairs on her costume.
Then Mac planted them on the chair, planning to frame her?
Sure. And by his own admission, he'd been searching the cave. He had every opportunity to obtain the hair.
Wait a minute, Margaret. Let me get this straight. Now, he poisoned Tommy the clown because Tommy had discovered the stolen cameo?
Check. And Tommy undoubtedly saw the original 12 cameos.
Sure, and Mac killed him.
Double check. Then he tried to frame Belinda by placing those hairs on the chair. Then he planted the 6 cameos in a very obvious spot in the leopard's cage, knowing Belinda would be the logical suspect.
But the cameos, Greg, why were there only 6 of them?
Well, there's a neat slant on that one. Mac was engaged as a private detective on the case. He was right about that. He tracked down the 12 cameos, all right.
Which Madame Belinda had stolen.
Yes, but he played both ends against the middle. He pocketed 6 himself, then said Belinda had disposed of them.
Oh, a fact that she wouldn't have been able to disprove.
Then he was going to go back to Canada with half the collection to claim the reward. His return would cast all suspicion away from him.
And he'd have disposed of his 6 cameos on the side.
Right. Dirty a combination of murder and double-cross as ever I tangled up with.
Yeah, and poor, sad Tommy got killed because of his curiosity, huh?
Yeah, poor little devil. I'll tell you one thing, Sandy.
Huh? What's that?
I'm going to Montreal as soon as these cameos are returned to their rightful owner.
You're going to buy them?
You bet your life, Sandy. But this time they'll be crossing the border legally as the property of Gregory Hood and Company importers.
Brother, what won't you get into next? A circus yet?
Oh, yes, I went to the animal fair.
All the murderers and characters were there.
That's enough clowning, all right? But it was interesting, that we can say.
That we can. Hey, Greg, it was too bad you had to miss the act with the snow leopards.
Yes, it was. That sort of thing appeals to the aesthetic in me.
So many things do.
Pardon me, what was that you said?
I said so many things do.
Well, sure, I'll admit it. That's the way I am.
Not me, I'm different.
You're telling me. I found just one thing to please the aesthetic in you. Petri wine.
That's right, Greg.
Harry, the floor is yours.
Well, that's the wine I want to talk about, Greg, because you know Petri wine is wonderful, honestly. It should be. The Petri family has been making wine for generations now. The art of making fine wine is a heritage in the Petri family, passed down from father to son, from father to son. All those years of experience and knowledge go into making Petri wine, so it's no wonder Petri wine is so good. And it's no wonder the Petri business has grown until today the Petri family is America's largest independent winemaker. Yes, the making of Petri wine is a family affair. And the Petri family has every intention of keeping it just that. So you know the name Petri on a bottle of wine is more than a trademark. It's the personal assurance of the Petri family that Petri wine is and always will be good wine. Well, Greg, which story out of the casebook are you planning to tell us next week?
Well, next Monday, I'm going to tell you about one of the strangest adventures that Sandy and I ever had. It concerns a strangled dancer, a somewhat bewildered businessman, and a cryptic message from beyond the grave. A message that proved to give the clue to murder. See you next Monday, Harry.
The Casebook of Gregory Hood is written by Dennis Green and Anthony Boucher. Original music composed and played by Dean Fossler. Elliot Lewis plays the part of Gregory Hood, and Sanderson Taylor is played by Howard McNeil. The Petri Wine Company of San Francisco, California, invites you to tune in again next week, same time, same station. The Casebook of Gregory Hood comes to you from our Hollywood studio. This is Harry Bartell saying goodnight for the Petri family.
Say, Perk, did you notice anything?
No, what?
The door didn't squeak.
Yes, I know. Sam's been busy with the oil can. About time.
Five, 6 to 1, reporting in service. Starting mileage 9532. 9532. Whoopee code 6 in the vicinity of Washington Place and Roberts for about an hour with Captain Lugo. Be on the air if you want us. 1 to 5, 6, 10 to 4. Code 6, Washington and Roberts. Mileage 9532. 6:09 p.m. Unit 5-6 in service on the night watch.
Code 6 means we'll be out for investigation. By the way, this is Don Reed, a police recorder. You're riding the back seat of Detective Unit 5-6. And that was Sergeant Ron Perkins reporting his service on the night watch. While you're with us, remember, I'm recording this as it happens. And the people you meet are not actors. This is it. This is real. This is Night Watch. Night Watch, the actual on-the-scene report of your police force in action. There are no actors. There is no script. Every voice, every sound is authentic. The investigations are recorded as they actually occur. Night Watch, presented with the cooperation of the Police Department of Culver City, California, W.N. Hildebrand, Chief. We switch you now to Detective Unit 5-6, somewhere in the field, and to Police Recorder Don Reed.
Control 1 to 5-6, come in. 5-6, go ahead. Control 1 to 5-6, meet Unit 5-4 at 1423 Hillview, 1423 Hillview, regarding a victim of slugging who refuses medical treatment and won't sign a complaint. 5-6-10-4. Captain Lugo's with us in case you want to get hold of him. Control 1 to 5-6-10-4. Second gearing to a stop. Uniform car parked out in front of the house. Looks like we'll be a little late for dinner. We were on our way with Captain Lugo when one of the uniform cars bumped into a problem here. Uniformed Officer Arch Cameron, waiting on the porch. Go up with Captain Lugo and Sergeant Perkins. See what it's all about. What do you have, Arch?
Oh, we have a woman here. She's been drinking pretty heavy. She got in an argument with her boyfriend, hit him over the head with the rolling pin. He doesn't want to sign a complaint. He doesn't want any medical treatment.
Okay, I'll have the captain now go and talk to them.
Let's go inside.
Modest home, but messy. Whiskey bottles, rolled silver, cigarette smoke, woman standing, man stretched out on the van, blood flowing from a head wound, shirt splattered with clutter.
You don't want to get up in front of,
You don't want to get up in front of anybody, do you?
No, I don't want to get up in front of, a judge.
Well, you're pretty good right now, fella.
I've got a kid. They're just jumping on the other
Did
side.
you order one?
I certainly did. They're taking over in Los Angeles.
You going to leave the premises here?
I'll be glad to. Cross my heart and body.
What about this injury here? What are you going to do about
I
that?
did it.
Well, what are you
I
going to do
don't care what you do about it. He's talking with me. He's alive.
Yeah, I remember one time you had a rough stuff. No, okay, too.
Well, this time I didn't.
I'm just wondering whether you want to call the doctor for him.
I certainly do not.
No, I just want to use the
You don't want any medical treatment?
No, sir.
Okay.
All I want to do is go to the outside of Culver City and...
You wait right here. We can't come.
If you will, please.
I don't care what you do with him. As long as he's out of here, if he comes back, I'll kill him.
You will?
All right.
I certainly will. If he comes through the window, I'll kill him.
Have you been drinking?
I did, but not with him. He wasn't there.
Have you been drinking?
That's true. But not with him.
Well, seems they've both been drinking.
If you allow the captain.
I'll let myself in here.
I'll get out of public study, and so help me, I'll never let you in here again. That's not bad. Stick a pin all hole in my head, that pin back again. She thinks I'm Irish, and it'll coagulate by itself.
There's a cab rolling up out in front.
Are you chief of police?
No.
Oh, thank you very much.
Wait, huh?
Listen,
Go ahead, take a look at it. What's wrong?
what'd you get hit with?
Huh?
What'd you get hit with?
Well, she hit me with her heel of her shoe.
Maybe
Tell me the truth.
Through the dish pan.
Either way,
Do you want to sign a complaint against this lady?
Of course I don't.
You don't.
Of course
Do you
don't.
want medical treatment?
No, sir.
You refuse medical treatment?
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Here.
Cameron? Cameron?
Come here.
I want us to make a report of this. She said that she hit him with that pin over there, that rolling pin.
I did, too.
This is
Don't take it. Ridiculous.
an injury there that she was hitting him with a rolling pin. He refuses medical treatment. He doesn't go on to sign a complaint against this lady here. Is that right? You made the statement you hit him with that rolling pin.
I certainly did hit him with a rolling pin. If he comes into my one, I'll kill him. I'll take a hammer next time.
All right. So you make a report on that. This
You can
man,
put that down, too.
this man doesn't want medical treatment. He's leaving. He's ordered a cab. So if he doesn't want medical treatment, we can't force him to have it. You are, to the best of your knowledge, under good presence of mind, that you'll be able to speak for yourself. Is that right, sir?
Well, speak up then.
My head is clear.
All right. Now, that's for the record.
How about the other
For the
side?
record.
Okay.
You got the record?
You're a lucky boy. You better go now.
Thank you, Mom.
And don't you come back.
Don't tell her.
The next time I'll take a hammer to you.
Cab driver. Particularly bewildered expression on
Take
his
him over
face.
to Los Angeles.
He's assisting our injured man out to his cab. Well, I guess that takes care of that. What are you smiling about, Bert?
Well, the captain was just saying this is the third time we've been down here this year. Either she slugged him or he slugged her.
I wonder who's ahead.
When you clear on your present call, report to your field sergeant at Washington and Lincoln for traffic control, KMA 394. All units on this frequency stand by. Control 1 to cars 51 and 56 at 2201 West Stanley. That's 2201 West Stanley. Woman with a gun threatening to commit suicide. Unit 51, handle your call, code 3. 51, 10-4.
5-6, Roger. Get ready to land me now. Here you go. Just that brief information. Woman with a gun threatening to commit suicide. You have to be alert for almost anything.
5-3 to Control 1. We're almost on top of this call, and my partner, Officer Ellis, is personally acquainted with the family. You want us to roll on it? Control 1 to 5-3, stand by. 5-3, 10-4, take the call, code 2. Unit 5-1, cancel your present call, 5-3, will handle.
They say there's nothing new in the world. Well, here's a new twist. One of our officers in another unit apparently is a friend of the family. Control 1 has switched the call so that particular car will roll in with us. Thinking of that officer in the other car answering this call, friend of the family. I wonder what the mathematical chances are of that happening. Well, whatever the odds, it happened. The main thoroughfare now. Sergeant's pouring on the coal. Just a few more blocks to go. Oh, great. Coming into a foggy area now. There goes on our windshield wipers. Dropping down our speed considerably. Now we're cutting the red lights. They're reflecting into the fog. makes it harder to see. Trying to make out the names on the streets. Let's see. Now, Miss Bentley's. Bentley Park? Yeah. Yeah, next. It's the next street now. Here, just hold on. The red light. Just visible through the fog up ahead. That will be the uniformed car. It's stopped. Apparently they have the house pinpointed. Officer Donnell is over here, flashing his light around. Door here. See anything yet, Dan?
Yeah, just got a glimpse of her. She's in the kitchen.
You know her?
Yeah, I know her and her husband.
Look, you go back and talk to her, and we'll go around and see if we can get in the front way.
Right.
Tiptoeing. Moving her around to the back of the house. It's dark. The fog's wet, dripping off the eaves. There's a light coming from the kitchen. Plate glass door. Screen on the outside. There she is. Revolver in her hand. She's raising it to her chest.
Huh? It's Don Ellis. Don't you remember me? Will you let me come in and talk to you? Huh? Oh, come on, let me talk to you a few minutes.
Just about 3 feet away, behind the glass door. Lowering the gun. Pointing it at us. Hammer is cocked.
No, I'm not. Please let me come in and talk to you a minute.
Don Ellis, 6 feet 4, 250 pounds. Not batting an eyelash.
Well, maybe we could talk this out. I think you're looking at everything kind of wrong.
Cutting the screen with a penknife.
Please, let me talk to you a bit.
Door is ajar.
Will you please? Huh?
If we can get to the ledge, we're in.
Please. I think we can talk this out. You got a little difficult, a little problem. Maybe I can give you a new slant on it.
Bright lights in the kitchen.
Well, come on, tell me about it. I'll be glad to listen.
See her expression on her face.
Oh, no, don't look at it that way. Please, come on. Please come back and talk to me. Don't do anything drastic yet.
Taking the gun off us.
Please come and talk to me, please.
Placing it to her temple.
Will you do that for me?
No doubt about it being loaded. It's a revolver. See the shells in the cylinder.
Well, sure. Well, after all, we had a good time. Remember the barbecue we had out and back that night?
Trying to divert her mind.
Yeah, we had a good time that time.
Hole is big enough in the screen now.
Please come and talk to me.
Hand in. Slipping off the latch.
Will you please come and talk to me? Let me know what's the trouble anyway. Maybe I can help you. You think that's the way the Lord wants things? After all, He gives us and takes us.
Well, I did it. She's lowering the gun. Wait a minute. Perkins and Cameron got through the front somehow. They're almost directly behind her.
Please, I'm right here at the back door.
I was just trying to keep her attention this way. They've grabbed her from behind. Let's move in. I got the gun, Ellis. Amazing thing, that didn't go off.
Won't go off now. The shell's on it. You know, I put out a code 4.
Perkins going out to the radio car. Code 4. No further assistance necessary.
I don't have any friends.
And you got every friend in the world. You got a lot of them right around you right now.
Here.
I still want to kill myself.
No, you don't.
I don't want to live anymore.
Sure, why not?
I'm
nothing to live for.
Sure you have.
Oh, darling.
Come on, get a hold of yourself, girl. Everything isn't that dark.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. No. Oh, come on now. We don't even know how we can help you. You've got all the friends in the world to help you. If it's financial, we'll help you financial. If it's personal life, maybe we can help you there, too.
Look, for 2 months, I was back there taking care of his mother. Then I come back, and all of a sudden, the world blew up my face. I said he was going with another woman. He wanted a divorce. I don't know who he's been going with. And it was news to me. I just can't take it. I still want to kill myself.
No,
I'll take that car and run it off a mountain. Oh, yes, I will.
No. You haven't taken anything now, have you?
I took some tablets.
How many did you take, though?
Do I have to tell you?
Oh, I would like to know. Did you take the whole bottle? Where's the bottle at?
I threw it away.
Cameron, going to find the bottle. See what she's taken.
I know what I did.
Perk?
Yeah.
She's taken some kind of pills. Cameron's looking for the bottle. Let's see.
Yes, Sarge. Sleeping tablets. She's taking very many of these. She's in trouble.
Yeah.
How many of these did you take?
About 20 of them. Why?
Why? Because they'll kill you. We're going to take you to a hospital.
You're not going to take me any place and put my stomach out because I don't want to live. Please.
Well, we want you to.
I'm getting sleepy.
Ellis. I don't think we'd better wait for an ambulance. Let's take her in the police car.
Oh, please.
Yeah, we better just ease her around.
Please let me die. I just want to go to bed.
Well, we'll go talk to the doctor first and then we'll see what he says. Okay?
I got to put another drip.
Oh, you look fine, just the way you are. Well, we'll get a coat for you.
I look terrible.
You look real sweet. Come on, go. Do you want to go?
Keeping her on her feet. Keeping her awake.
May I go to bed?
No. Come on, put your coat on. Well, that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to go for a ride.
I don't want to go.
No, come on now. Put your coat on.
You got my favorite one, huh?
It's a pretty coat. Okay, let's go. Come on.
I'm awfully ashamed.
Well, don't worry about it. Come on, we'll go talk.
Coaxing her out the door.
May I ride with Don?
Valley Street. Officer Ellisville. Riding back with her. Well, right in front.
Everybody, I still don't care as long as I can.
Officer is still shaking her. Keep her awake. If she goes to sleep, we're in trouble. Kicking on that siren. We've got a short time to do it in and a long run to that hospital. listening to Night Watch and following the activities of a detective unit on its tour of duty. Remember, the people and sounds you are hearing are real, and the investigations are recorded in the field as they actually occur. We'll bring you the final results of tonight's action at the conclusion of Night Watch. And now we switch you to Detective Unit 5-6, somewhere in the field, and your police recorder, Don Reed.
This is the emergency hospital. We've been here for nearly an hour. The doctors have used the stomach pump on the woman patient and now have pronounced her out of danger. She's sitting on the operating table directly in front of me, but still badly shaken. The doctor is filling out his report.
What did you take them all at once?
I took one handful.
One handful?
One last handful. And then I took the gun and shot him.
We've already established these facts.
Then I go to sleep. Please.
The surgeon who assisted coming over to talk to the woman.
There's a great big cliff there.
I wouldn't want to do that.
That would be the worst kind of a ending.
Why not? Be real quick with it.
No, you'd be surprised. It wouldn't. It wouldn't be nearly as sudden as you think. That time it takes to go over a cliff. It'd seem like an eternity to you.
That's all right. Everything seems like an eternity anyway. So what's the difference?
Oh, tomorrow things will look brighter.
Oh, no, they haven't looked brighter for a month. So...
They haven't?
No.
You don't have any hopes then, huh?
No.
Oh, I think you're mistaken about that.
I don't have any hopes, so I wish everybody just leave me alone and do what I want. Not back to that house again. All by myself, stood there for days and days. And come home every night, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And I just sit there. I can't stand it.
I get lonesome, huh?
I just couldn't stand it. I just blew my top. And I'm sorry. I'd rather go to hospital. Oh.
I think you're right. You're right about that.
Did you ever sit in the house day after day? From morning till night?
No.
Just get up and iron and feed the birds. Pedro and poor Ted.
What? Is that the name of your little birds?
No, they're my goldfish.
Oh. Pedro and Hortense.
Isn't that a horrible name for a goldfish?
No, I think it's kind of cute.
Oh, no.
Captain Lugo, been out here in the hall talking to the investigating officers. Coming over here to talk with the woman patient.
Here's the situation. The doctor's recommendation thought it best that you be hospitalized for a little bit and see if they can help you. So we are going to take you down there and
Where?
down to the downtown.
No, wait a minute. You're not going to take me down to the psych, huh? Or whatever they call it for crazy people, because I won't go.
You go down to the General Hospital. That's the place to go. That's where we have to take everyone down to General Hospital. And they will probably examine you there and try to give you some help.
I won't go.
Well, you are forced to go by the fact that the doctor said that you should go, and we're only trying to help you. Actually, you're not forced, but, we're taking you down there. We're assisting in taking you down there. And go right along down there and go up there for observation for a couple of 3 days.
I'm mentally ill.
I didn't say that. I'm not a doctor. The doctor recommended that you go to the hospital. Now, is that satisfactory with you?
Yes, I'll go. I think I need it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I want to go to sleep. I'm so tired.
What you have just heard is real. Recorded as it actually happened on the Night Watch. And now, back to Police Headquarters and Chief W.N. Hildebrand.
In tonight's first investigation, in which our officers were called to settle a quarrel between a man and wife, in the best interests of all concerned, it was decided merely separating the couple temporarily was the best solution. This decision was based on the officers' previous experience with the couple. In the final case of the woman threatening to take her life, she was sent to the general hospital for observation. The results of this hospitalization brought about the complete recovery of the patient. After a couple of days' rest and counseling from a psychiatrist, the woman realized that any problem can be solved with patience and understanding. Tonight, she is home, and this entire episode is a thing of the past. Except in emergency, the average citizen has little contact with their local law enforcement officers. Many people are prone to forget that while most of the city sleeps, patrol cars and detective units are moving through the streets looking, watching, maintaining public security. To bring about this realization and the cooperation needed is the reason for Night Watch.
Thank you, Chief Hildebrand. You have been following the on-the-scene reports of your police force in action. Every voice, every sound has been real. Night Watch, brought to you through the cooperation of the Police Department of Culver City, California, is produced by Sterling Tracy and Jim Hadlock, with technical advice by Sergeant Ron Perkins, and is described in the field by police recorder Don Reed.
That's Case Closed for this week. I'll be back next Wednesday with another hour. And between now and then, visit relicradio.com to find past episodes of this show, more from Gregory Hood, Night Watch, thousands of other old-time radio episodes, and remember, if you're able to help out and would like to, visit donate.relicradio.com or click on that link and help make sure these shows keep coming every week. Thanks to those who have helped out. Thanks for joining me today. Be back next Wednesday with another hour of Case Closed.